question number 12. Which French monarch, known as the Sun King, ruled for 72 years, centralized power in the monarchy, and built the Palace of Versailles? Once again, which French monarch, known as the Sun King, ruled for 72 years, centralized power in the monarchy, and built the Palace of Versailles? Alright? Is it letter A, no? Ayan, Henry the 13th. Letter B, Henry the 8th. Letter C, King Louis the 14th. Or letter D, King Louis the 16th. Ayan, no? So once again, sino po itong French monarch na ito? Na siya daw pong tinatawag nating, alright, no? Sun King, okay? Sa FB nyo po yung legislation. Yes po, nasa FB ko po yan. Tignan nyo po yung poster na ito po yung pinost ko, no? Yung world history na ito. Alright na? Ayun, no? Tama po yan, no? This should be letter C, King Louis the 14th. Ayan. Alright, no? Ito na ho yan, ha? Ano po yung ating, paano po natin siya makikilala, o di ba? Pakak talaga ang aura ni King Louis the 14th, no? But yes, he is known as the Sun King. Why is he known as the Sun King? Di ba? We know that, parang kumbaga, the planets revolve around the sun. Aba, ang paniniwala ba naman itong si King Louis the 14th? Everything revolves around me. Ay, ganun ang eksena. So he is also a symbol of what? Out of the many kings that we have, bakit siya hindi na-discuss natin? Because he is the symbol of absolute monarchy. Yes, tama po yan. Sinabi niya yan. I am the state, okay? So yes, no? Siya po naging simbolo ng absolute monarchy. Ano po kasi yung absolute monarchy? Di ba pag sinabi po nating monarchy, it's a rule of one. And we have two types of monarchy. Absolute monarchy and constitutional monarchy. Yung absolute monarchy, ito yung tipong kahit anong sabihin ng hari, yun ang susundin, di ba? Ang constitutional monarchy, ceremonial lang yung hari, pero may constitution o batas na sinusunod. Dito, the words of the king, no? They are the laws. That's the thing. Okay? Sige. All right, no? That's King Louis the 14th. All right? Absolute ruler siya. Okay, sige po, no? And yes, he built the palace, the famous Palace of Versailles, no? So that he could intimidate, no, the many other kingdoms, no, that are surrounding them. All right? So this is King Louis the 14th. O sige, next, ito na po tayo. Queen Elizabeth the First. O sige nga po, si Queen Elizabeth the First, Gen Ed muna tayo. Ano pong tinatanong tungkol sa kanya? Siya po yung tinatawag na anong queen? Again, siya po yung tinatawag na Alright, okay, no? Siya po yung tinatawag nating the Virgin Queen. Ayan. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, she ruled during the Elizabethan era, okay? Achieving greatness in war, politics, and culture while remaining unmarried, no? Kaya siya tinatawag na the Virgin Queen, no? Kahit na babae ho siya, no, aba talagang ipinatunayan niya na wala sa gender, no? Ang kagalingan. Eventually, under her leadership, they defeated the Spanish Armada. No, they promoted different naval explorations, no, and of course there were many colonization. Eventually, this became the golden age of what we call English literature, no. Dito din po sa puntong ito, no, sa Elizabethan era tinatawag na naging na naging prominente sina Shakespeare and many other more, no. So sabi nga po natin mga kababayan, yes, no, Virgin Queen, di ba? Kaya nga po makikita natin sa board exam, who is the Virgin Queen? Nasa choices, Elizabeth the First, Elizabeth the Second. Huwag kayong papalito. Kaya nga po, di ba, sabi natin Elizabeth the First. Wala pang nakaka-first kay Elizabeth the First, kaya siya virgin. Di ba? That's it, no? Ayun. Yes. So, di ba? O sige, since queen na rin po yung mga pinag-uusapan natin, ayun. So, she is the Virgin Queen. We need to also talk about, ayan, this Queen Victoria, no? Ito naman po si Queen Victoria, again, no, a queen of the United Kingdom, no? She is the long-reigning and beloved monarch who symbolized stability and moral authority, no, in Europe, no. But unlike the other queens, ito pong si Queen Victoria, instead of amalgamating, instead na kamkamin niya lahat ng kapangyarihan, ito po ay isinare niya sa mga tao, no. Eventually, ito po ang naging hudyat, kaya magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na constitutional monarchy, di ba? Ulitin ko lang ho mga kababayan, anong pinagkaiba? Doon si King Louis the 14th, no, siya ang simbolo ng absolute monarchy. Doon lahat ng kapangyarihan nasa monarch, nasa hari. Pero during the time of Queen Victoria, unti-unti ibinahagi na niya yung kapangyarihan sa mga tao. And that became, no, the very reason why Queen Victoria is associated with the term constitutional monarchy. Alright? Eventually, nagkaroon ng dito na nauso yung right to vote, yung suffrage, no? Nagkaroon ng cabinet system, no? Diyan sa mga prime ministers, no? Diyan sa mga prime ministers ng United Kingdom, no? So nagkaroon na ng election of leaders aside from just relying on the bloodline of the royal family. Okay? Sige. Alright, let's proceed. Ito naman, no? Kung meron tayong Queen Elizabeth I, kung meron tayong Queen Victoria, aba, meron din po tayong tinatawag na Queen Marie Antoinette. Ito naman po ay sa France, no? Ngayon, bakit nakilala itong si Queen Marie Antoinette, no? Dahil siya po ang asawa, no, ng dating si King Louis XVI, no? Ngayon ang eksena, naghihirap na yung mga tao sa France noon. Aba, sila talaga parang extravaganza pa ang buhay, no? Talagang very luxurious pa ang pamumuhay. Parang hindi sila nakakaramdam, no? Dahil hindi nila nararanasan yung paghihirap ng mga tao, insensitive baga, no? Parang kumbaga nung tinatanong nga itong si Queen Marie Antoinette, what will we do? We have many problems. The people are starving. Anong sinabi ni Queen Marie Antoinette? Let them eat cake. Sabi niya ganyan, hala! Grabe, very elitista, no? So, yun, no? Yung instance na yun yung nag-symbolize, no? Of her perceived indifference in the common people. Eventually, the French people, no? Would get rid of Marie Antoinette. Once again, she's the wife of the Louis XVI, no? She's the Queen of the France, even famously known for the nickname Madame Deficit dahil nga po dun sa kanyang extravagant spending. But eventually, the French people would be angry and definitely they will kill her using a guillotine. Di ba? Yes, no? Siya po ay binitay ng mga tao. Sabi, ganyan ka ha? O reyna-reynahan ka dyan ha? Ginastos mo na lahat ng pera ng France ha? Ayan, no? Pugot ulo ka sa amin. Ganyan ang eksena. Di ba? Let them eat cake, no? While they eat rat. Never po niya sinabi. Never po niya. Last Queen of France. Okay, sige po. Eventually, ito na nga po. Actually, doon sa pagkaka-guillotine kina Queen Marie Antoinette, okay? Ayan, and then kina King Louis XVI, no? Hihina na din yung monarkiya, no? So dito makikita na natin yung transition. There was a time na maraming monarch dito kasi sayang ng mundo, pero after that, hihina na rin po yung mga monarkiya. Ano? Sige. Ito po, sino po si King John of England? Si King John of England, siya naman po yung tinatawag natin, o siya naman po yung makikilala na magsasign nung tinatawag natin na Magna Carta, okay? Yung Magna Carta of 1215 or 1215, it was the first document to limit the power of the king, no? Kaya nga eventually, itong Magna Carta na ito, makikita natin siya yung magpo-promote ng rights and liberties of the people, right to movement, trial by peers, no? Protection against unfair taxation. So kumbaga dito, ito na, no? Aside dun sa unti-unti nang humihina culturally, sociologically yung kapangyarihan ng mga hari-reyna noon, nagkaroon pa ngayon ng King John of England, no? Na gumawa o nag-sign nitong tinatawag na Magna Carta, na babago na talaga sa power dynamics during that time.